Morning. I am the soul pool, you are the soul pool, we are the soul pool, together as a collective. Without you this doesn't work. We're on the 6th of February 2022 and they've woke me up with the song She Was Only 16. I think it was made famous by Sam Cooke. So the name Sam or Cooke could be important. You when you were 16 could be important. Let's see what comes out. It's the Lovers card today. It's about choices. So it was called the Choices before it was called the Lovers. It's about any emotional choice. It's about communications and siblings, and it's Gemini energy. Rules Mercury, which has gone direct. And there it is, the last card, so it must be important. It's about making the right choice and taking action. And that means action now. Because it's the Ace. It's one day. It's needing to settle a long-standing problem and a fresh start. Those born on the 20th, living or past it, for your diary and address, massively important. In a negative way, unfortunately. It's issues with health, teeth, or long-standing problems. There's a narcissist involved, somebody who loves themselves more than they love anybody else, or a problem child, or both. The child could be the narcissist. Something has to end, and somebody is refusing to see it. That transformation from the caterpillar to the butterfly needs to take place so that you can no longer be in that dark place. Scorpio energy. Staying in your safety zone. Those born on the 13th, living or past, date for your diary and address. Massively important in a negative way. But then we have clarity. So getting very clear. There is definitely a choice between two people, two jobs, two situations, two properties, or just between what you should do and what you want to do. And it's becoming very, very clear what that is. Neither path will be easy. And this chapter has to end. It has not ended yet. There is stuff to be settled and action must be taken. 20th and 21st, massively important, both negative. The only positive we've got here is the 18th. So you may be very, very clear about what choice you want to make, but not how it's going to happen. You have to stand up for yourself, defend yourself, and what's yours. So maybe you're frightened of losing something that's yours if you do. those born 1965 plus or minus 12 February to February are mentioned. Those born 1966 plus or minus 12 February to February are mentioned. The title, which is Slow and Steady. But I've seen them little buggers run when they want to. And we're talking about balance, Libra. Sitting on the fence. Somebody is sitting on the fence about this issue. And when action is needed. There'll be no travel to the object of your desire, be they persons, things or events, until you do. So delays in travel. Stagnation. The thing with the death card is death doesn't, there is no fighting death. It's coming anyway. It's whether you accept it or you get rode over. So it's better to bring things to a mutual happy culmination. Well, it's not over. This isn't over. For good or bad, this chapter hasn't ended yet. So don't get complacent if you think everything's back to normal or happy, because we've got today's card in its own read, and that is separations, that is lack of communication, that is bad choices made, that is siblings, star-crossed lovers, Romeo and Juliet, feuds, arguments and fear. Somebody is afraid, and the worst thing is they're not even admitting it to themselves. So they don't feel like they can defend this situation any longer. Or they're still defending it because they're a narcissist. Yeah, Seven of Swords. Somebody wants to escape, but they're keeping it very close to the chest, and nobody knows this. Oh dear. There's no planning. Expect the unexpected. You might see things clearly now, but you've done no planning, so there's nothing you can do about it. There's no communication. There's no clarity. Others are trying to muddy the waters. There'll be no success until you see things clearly. No new beginnings. And massive arguments. And that's what somebody's trying to avoid. They start off as bickering, and mountains turn out of molehills. Somebody wants to win at all costs here, and they don't care about being happy, they just want to win. An argument to them is a form of attention, so they're quite happy to have that argument. It will not solve anything. No one will win and everyone will regret it. Wow. Blimey O'Reilly. So what choice is it that you've made that you know now was wrong? Ablas talked about it, didn't he, in the astrology. He said that you'll realise that you've made the wrong mistake and regret it. Yeah. Release that heavy burden. Stop carrying it around. There will be no reunions, no celebrations. someone is comparing themselves to others financially or in other ways. They're reaping what they sowed. So whoever this is, whose fault it is, they will reap those rewards. But if it's something you want, don't give up, because the effort you've put in is not wasted. But there's lies, deceit, twice, no new beginnings and no success, because somebody's refusing to come off that fence, refusing to accept things, stagnating. It's a toxic situation where there are issues with the knees, the bones, the teeth, shackled by contracts, promises, keeping up with the Joneses, finances, material things, being seduced, manipulated, used. Capricorn energy, those born on the 15th, living or past, date for your diary and address, negative. So there it is again. Spirit is saying the only way to solve this is to settle it once and for all. Health issues, dental issues, bone issues, or any long-standing problem. 20th turns itself around. There could be an end to study, an end to friendship, an end to marriages. Somebody's lying, especially about material matters. Taurus energy, there is no faith anymore in this situation. Those born on the 5th or the 23rd, living or past, date for your diary and address, massively important in a negative way. They're in a negative situation, or they are causing the negative situation. Again, we're at a crossroads. Like Spirit said, and they will probably keep doing it, they do nag. If you continue to take the left-hand path, when that's what you've always done, you will end up in the same place. You have to change your mindset. You cannot solve a problem with the mind that caused it. You need to take a new path. And whether that's staying where you are and doing things differently, or taking a whole new path altogether, is your choice. But this cannot stay as it is. It's not working. It's stagnating. It's toxic. What a cheery Sunday morning that is. Yeah, you're just going to keep going round in circles and get nowhere. A change is needed, a change in the wind, perhaps a house move, releasing a burden. You are building your foundations in the wrong place, or unable to build because of obstacles that others have put in your way. There may be some mending needs to take place. Maybe there's repairs after high winds, because we've had our winds, or family repairs, issues with siblings or children. But the truth must be told. It's the only way you're going to release yourself from this misery. And then there'll be peace of mind. So, like Spirit said, this isn't over. Unfinished business, and it'll keep coming round until you settle it how it's supposed to be settled. But some of you are still just taking a nap, wanting to forget about all the chaos and the misery. But there's a soulmate calling. So I don't think that's going to happen to you. Or maybe you just sleeping your life away, hoping that when you wake up everything will be different. Such a shame. So, Two of Pentacles, the number 19, Sat on a fence, not making a decision. Hoping it'll all go away. 2 years at least. It is Libra energy. All my life, my heart has yearned for something I cannot name. The name Andrea is important. It's not a time to go it alone, or somebody thinks that. They dare go it alone, especially in these times. And they need to link up with a partner. But this is someone that flip-flops, changes their mind from 1 minute to the next. And they don't push as hard as they need to. Sarcasm creeps in. It's always sticking up for the devil's advocate. It's about partnerships and marriages. And it may be a codependent situation where they feel like they're not with you for love, but with you because they need to be. And sometimes it's because they pair off at the drop of a hat without actually thinking. You're riding the fence over something and need to make a decision soon. If you do not make that decision, it may be made for you. The potential for not liking the ending is high if you do not act and decide soon. This is a favourable card for romance and relationships. It indicates a time where relationships will turn happier and more content, but not until this is finished. Done a really good job, Spirit. Full cycle, thank you. Right now, everything must be fair and balanced, and it's important not to sacrifice your feelings or desires simply because you hope to avoid the conflict that you know will take place. It will feel as if the middle approach is the smartest. Courtrooms, law, fairness. If you are involved in a court case, it is a good indicator that things will be just and fair. The enforcement of rules may also apply. Legal documents will not only figure in, they will bring you benefits, especially benefits shared between you and a partner. This card can represent an impending marriage or engagement. Relationships are about to move up a level to a more serious one. But for some of you, if you're married and it's stagnant, that means separation. Happiness is achieved when you pool your resources with someone who is your equal. Achievement will be found when you find the right person who mirrors your ideals and beliefs. All matters that are worked on within sincere partnerships will prove successful. So, weddings may be coming up, marital bliss, heart blessings, balance, seeing the danger and going to extremes, weighing up both sides to come to the best conclusion. But don't seesaw back and forth. Staying in the middle, fence riding. Mediation, artworks, galleries, museums and places with live music. Not wanting conflicts, being too agreeable, playing along, keeping yourself in check. Law enforcement, courts, attorneys and judges, bringing peace and acting as peacemaker. Signing contracts, cosmetics, perfumes, fashion, hair salons, beauty, not seeing the value in something unless it is expensive. Having a perfect tie and impeccable taste, creating something with great form and beauty, living the life of an artist, using your wit, choosing a more laid-back approach, letting things take care of themselves. And that's what Spirit said. You're not taking action. You're sitting on the fence. There may be a merging of two families here. You have choices to make. Romance, alliances and mutual support. You have to come to a decision. The Ringmaster of Scrutiny, the number 9. So it is a challenge. So the 9th may be important. This is a warning that you have to observe your situation with discernment and clarity. It is time to see the flaws in the foundations you and others have built under you. It also seems that you may be getting caught up in the details of your dream, and really it's time to leave that to the divine. Perhaps you're worrying about the past and the future too much, forgetting that the dream is created in the now time. We said that yesterday, didn't we? If you're living in the past, you're depressed. If you're living in the future, you're anxious. You need to live in the now. Often the Ringmaster of Scrutiny also brings a warning to read the fine print. Yeah, I didn't say it this time, but don't sign anything in contracts, because you'll regret it. And watch for hidden agendas when you're involved with other people. They have an ulterior motive. Don't worry, whatever your current challenge, things can be resolved as soon as you cultivate detachment and trust that the details will take care of themselves. So don't think about the how, just do it. The universe has an uncanny way of self-correcting when you get out of your own way. So you're the problem, your own worst enemy. But make sure you look at every little detail and think about things. Think about why somebody does something for you. Somebody doesn't just give you money or for nothing. There's always an ulterior motive, unless you know that that person has a good heart. But you will see that in the way they treat others, those that can't do anything for them. So if you choose to be, you are healed and the miracles are free. Divine love and peace. It's time to be at peace, but you have to make the choice. And then you will be. As soon as you make the right choice, you feel that energy of peace and calm because you know you've made the right choice. Otherwise, you'll be miserable. Time to reconnect. Secrets lurk in the captive shadows deep in the woods. So, you may have secrets and you may want to reconnect with someone, but you fear that these secrets will come out. You are growing as a person. The tallest oak tree once started as a seedling. Don't be afraid to start something new. Can't be clearer than that, can they? Thanks for listening. Bye.